Episode 56 PF, January 19, 2024. Solo Stoves Bomb. Study of wood-burning pellet pollution in the United States. United States. If a fire pit or an indoor residential wood stove is used to burn wood, it can't be smokeless unless, for instance, it is equipped with a low-cost, in this case under $300, but sophisticated carbon capture system that actually works. Carbon capture systems to catch wood smoke particulates do not work, even on a sophisticated multi-million-dollar scale, although carbon capture technology that has never worked is a conduit of government subsidy money to biomass wood burning. Power plant owners. Rosep view. Just don't burn wood and don't burn any solid fuel to begin with, since solid fuels produce the most PM 2.5. A low-cost, sophisticated carbon capture system that results in a truly smokeless fire pit or indoor residential wood stove does not exist. Why Solo Stoves is allowed to advertise a wood-burning stove or what they call a smokeless fire pit with the word smokeless is probably a question best posed to any government regulators of indoor residential wood-burning stoves whose job is to ensure that indoor residential wood-burning stoves are safe if they only emit 2 grams of PM 2.5 per hour. PM 2.5 is particulates of 2.5 micrometer size, the perfect size to infiltrate the human lung, setting off a cascade of human health problems and early deaths. But Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, government regulation of indoor residential wood stoves is flawed, according to the Office of the Inspector General, OIG. Watchdog of the EPA as stated in the OG's February 2023 report. The OG stated in that report that most of the indoor residential wood stoves manufactured and sold in the United States since the EPA was tasked to evaluate the safety of wood stoves in 1988 and assign certification to those stoves that passed the EPA's non-rigorous testing. Most wood stoves are highly polluting and violate even the lax standards, New Source Performance Standards, NSPS, of the EPA. This loophole flaw in the wood stove certification system is because of the lobbying of the wood stove industry, allowing huge loopholes to even the EPA's lax standards for acceptable wood stove pollution levels. Should we thank Snoop Dogg for depressing the sales of Solo Stove fire pits and therefore sparing near neighbors of wood-burning Solo Stove users from adverse health problems and early deaths from wood-burning emissions entering the near neighbors' yards and sickening the near neighbors? Or could the industry of Solo Stove, misnamed smokeless, wood-burning fire pits and indoor residential wood-burning stoves be declining because of the increasing public knowledge that wood-burning is hazardous to human health? With possibly the United States public informed, not by the United States government, but by United States residents' own experience of illness during the Canadian wildfire widespread wood-burning smoke. Incursion into the United States in June 2023? United States. Advertising of wood-burning. Snoop Dogg's viral "Giving Up Smoke" had fizzled when it came to sales. KBZK.com in November 2023, rapper Snoop Dogg posted on his social media that he decided to give up smoke. January 17, 2024. Excerpts edited by Rosep for brevity and clarity in relationship to Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Solo Brands, the outdoor lifestyle company, announced last week its unique marketing campaigns did not lead to a boost in sales. Solo Brands' revenue guidance for the 2023 fiscal year had been revised from $520 to $540 million down to $490 to $500 million. Many couldn't believe Snoop Dogg's decades of cannabis use had ended. A few days later, he posted a collaborative video with the Solo Stove, wood-burning, brand promoting their smokeless wood-burning fire pits. Commenters did not turn out to purchase the $300 fire pits. Rosep tip of the week. Tincture may be the route for Snoop Dogg to truly go smokeless. Live long and prosper. United States. Rosep view. This new study is not meant to be a study of whether wood burning is carbon neutral or not, but the data from this study implicitly refutes the claim by the biomass wood burning industry that wood burning emissions are carbon neutral. Wood burning emits more PM 2.5 and CO2 than the fossil fuel coal burning. Wood burning emits 450 times the PM 2.5 as the fossil fuel natural gas burning. 1. Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates, ROSEP, is most concerned with the adverse human health effects of wood burning. According to this article, the new study does not address the issue of carbon neutrality directly, but an MIT researcher who wrote part of a similar 2018 study says, burning wood pellets is certainly not health neutral. Hazardous air pollutants are emitted from burning wood pellets for energy, including particulate matter that is harmful to human health. Pollution adversely impacts social justice communities, or poor, minority communities where the wood-burning pellet plants are located. 14 million people in the United States live within a few miles of bioenergy facilities. Burning these pellets overseas, in the EU, UK, Japan, and South Korea, leads to hazardous pollution. If the U.S. increases the share of bioenergy as it reduces the share of fossil fuel energy in its mix, emissions from bioenergy could present greater concerns to public health. 2. The argument of the wood-burning industry, that wood burning is carbon neutral, is described in this article. Wood pellet manufacturers maintain wood burning for energy is climate-friendly. The U.S. Industrial Pellet Association's website states the U.S. biomass industry is achieving carbon neutrality, mitigating climate change, and argues that the cut forests regrow over time, sequestering the emitted carbon from wood burning. This is why the industry argues, and many government policies and even some current politicians agree that burning wood pellets is carbon neutral and thus a better choice than burning coal. ROSEP reiterates that wood burning emits more PM2.5 and CO2 than coal burning. Wood burning emits 450 times the PM2.5 as natural gas burning. ROSEP view: magical thinking should not be used as government policy. The benefit of planting a new tree does not include the tree magically erasing the PM2.5 pollution emitted when the original tree is burned. 3. Refutation of the claim that wood burning is carbon neutral. From this article, air quality advocates in the United States have long argued that burning wood for energy is not green nor clean. A study in Renewable Energy states that U.S. biomass facilities emit 2.8 times the amount of pollution as fossil fuel facilities like oil and coal plants. An oft-cited 2018 study from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology found that carbon neutrality after clearcutting takes 44 to 104 years. Once cut, these regrowing forests should be left alone until the 2120s. The United Nations asserts that we must reach global carbon neutrality within about 25 years, by 2049, to stave off the worst impacts of climate change. Assuming biofuels are carbon neutral may worsen irreversible impacts of climate change before any benefits accrue. 4. This study's implicit refutation of carbon neutrality of wood burning could help keep any wood burning plant or any wood pellet plant from taking Enviva's place in the United States if Enviva fails, as Enviva in November 2023 signaled it might fail. Enviva lost hundreds of millions of dollars last year due to machinery failures, maintenance costs, and wood costs, and warned in November that it may not be able to continue as a going concern. If Enviva fails, this new study could become useful for the Southern Environmental Law Center, SCLC, in arguing against any new pellet manufacturer receiving federal, state, or local subsidies to take over and repair Enviva's plants. In the U.S., where burning wood biomass makes up only 1.3% of overall U.S. energy generation, it contributes about 3 to 17% of all energy pollutant emissions. Wood burning produces 17% of United States energy generation pollution, but produces only 1.3% of the energy needed by the United States. Flickr, CC by NC 2.0. Wood burning biomass makes up 60% of the European Union's EU's so-called, erroneously named, renewable energy mix. New wood burning bioenergy plants are being proposed in California and other regions of the United States. Policymakers need to know this is counterproductive to our clean energy and carbon reduction goals, and also to our goals around human health. ROSEP view: there are true renewable energy alternatives available in 2024, such as wind, solar, and geothermal energy powering an electric grid that reaches to all rural areas. Powering electric heat pumps that work down to 40 degrees below zero Fahrenheit or Celsius, because the two measurement systems converge briefly at 40 below zero. 5. This 2023 study is more rigorous than any Environmental Protection Agency study, according to this article. A staff attorney with the Southern Environmental Law Center, SCLC, in Atlanta, in its Clean Air Program, calls the study a tool in SELC's mission to oppose the expansion of wood pellet making and wood pellet burning in the United States. If you use the EPA National Emissions Inventory and you wanted to know how much pollution all the wood power plants in the country emitted, you just couldn't do it. You could get close, but the data set would be incomplete and very limited with plenty of blind spots. For too long, the impacts of wood burning bioenergy, and wood pellet production on air pollution have been under-researched. In comparing state-granted pollution permits with actual emissions, this study is more comprehensive than anything produced by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, EPA. The EPA inventory, to track similar bioenergy, wood-burning impacts, included 38 facilities. 153 plants were issued permits across the United States for manufacturing and burning. The EPA only tracked 38 facilities, when there are at least 153 in the United States. ROSEP view. Tracking real emissions could eventually lead to shutdown of wood-burning power plants, for reasons of protecting human health and slowing climate change. 6. The U.S. Forest Service has ignored the scientific evidence that wood-burning is not carbon neutral. The U.S. Forest Service announced in June 2023 around $10 million in grants in support of a range of startup biomass burning projects in states such as Alaska, California, Washington, Colorado, Kentucky, New Hampshire, and Virginia. Lobbying continues aimed at the United States Congress by two of the world's largest wood pellet manufacturing plant owners or wood-burning plant owners, Enviva and Drax. 7. Enviva and Drax, wood-burning pellet plant and wood-burning plant owners, continue to lobby the U.S. Congress to build more plants across the United States, according to this article. The plant in Ahoskie, North Carolina was Enviva's first in the state, opening in 2011. Wood pellet production emits tons of particulate matter. U.S. Enviva and Drax plants are in the Southeast, Mississippi, Georgia, North Carolina, Alabama, Louisiana, and Virginia. In 2021, Mississippi fined a Drax-owned plant for $2.5 million for hazardous emissions. North Carolina cited an Enviva plant at least 5 times. Two companies, Maryland-based Enviva and United Kingdom-based Drax, operate more than a dozen pellet-making plants in the United States. 8. Wood-burning power plants around the world are customers for Enviva wood pellet plant production, according to this article. Demand for wood pellets remains high across the EU, UK, as well as Japan and South Korea. Both the EU and the United Kingdom have spent billions in public money to convert scores of coal-burning energy plants to burn wood pellets instead. ROSEP view. Was this wise? United States. Study. Burning wood pellets for energy endangers local communities' health. Mungabay hazardous air pollutants are emitted from burning wood pellets for energy, including particulate matter that is harmful to human health. Mungabay series. Bioenergy, Circular Economy, Planetary Boundary Study, January 18, 2024. Excerpts edited by ROSEP for brevity and clarity in relationship to Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. A new peer-reviewed study quantifies the air pollution and public health impacts across the United States, said to be far more extensive than any research by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. U.S. biomass burning facilities emit on average 2.8 times the amount of pollution of power plants that burn coal, oil, or natural gas. The study's bleak findings will be a useful and rigorous tool in arguing against incentivizing the expansion of the biomass industry in the U.S., but this remains in question. Flickr. CC by 2.0. The writer of the article is a professor of journalism at Wake Forest University in North Carolina. Citations: Tran, Hui, Juno, Ed. Arunachalam, Sarav, 2023, Emissions of Wood Pelletization and Bioenergy Use in the United States. Renewable Energy. https://doi.org/10.1016/j.renee.2023.119536 Sturman, John, et al. 2018. Does replacing coal with would lower CO2 emissions? Dynamic Life Cycle Analysis of Wood Bioenergy. Environmental Research Letters. 13015007 DOI 10.1088/1748-9326/AAA 512 California. Alphabetically by article title. Is San Diego experiencing poor air quality? NBC 7 San Diego. Smoke from wood burning can cause health problems, the NWS said. Breathing high levels of pollution from wood smoke can cause breathing. Los Angeles issues air quality alert and wood burning ban amid pollution concerns headline. Los Angeles has an air quality alert and a wood burning ban due to high pollution levels. No burn order issued for Los Angeles. Patch the indoor and outdoor ban on wood burning was extended another 24 hours. Southern California wood burning ban extended as LID, LOX and hazy, polluted air region star beacon. The alert bans any burning of wood or manufactured fire logs made of wax or paper due to poor air quality in the region. Colorado, Buena Vista. Town of Buena Vista, Colorado Ordinance No. 01, Series of 2024, wood burning stoves, and the prescribed burning of fence lines or rows. The permit shall specify the location of the burn, the estimated size code concerning open fires and open burning. Whereas, the town of Buena Vista wood may be burned in the fire. F. The fire must be constantly. Oregon. Alphabetically by article title. Oregon. Bend. Sisters area may see smoke from woodpile burning. Bend bulletin crews from the Sisters Ranger District were scheduled to burn woodpiles Wednesday, 1 mile southwest of Sisters along Edgington Road, the Deschutes National. Smoke from woodpile burning may impact Sisters Oregon. EastOregonian.com, Pennsylvania. Wayne Township. Medville. Alphabetically by article title. Wood burning stove may have caused house fire. News Meadvilletribune.com. The fire started near a wood burning stove or its chimney, Shell said Wednesday. The blaze was discovered by a passing motorist who noticed smoke. Wayne Township. A faulty wood burning stove is the suspected cause of a house fire near Cochranton, according to Chief Scott Shell of Cochranton. Wood burning stove may have caused house fire. Yahoo News UK Canada, Montreal. Feds may require charcoal wood burning restaurants to report emissions. Western Standard. The NPRI collects data from sectors deemed to be major polluters and submits it to Environment Minister Stephen Guilbeault. Canada, Montreal. The feds are targeting bagel shops and pizzerias for emissions. The deep dive particulate pollution in wood smoke. The NPRI's compliance promotion activities serve as an initial step to determine if these facilities meet. United Kingdom. Alphabetically by Riddle's title. Government eyes fresh subsidies for controversial burning of wood to create electricity. Sky News. The UK classes biomass as clean power because new trees are planted to absorb the carbon dioxide released from burning the wood pellets, though this government unveils subsidy proposals to support firms burning wood for energy. Evening Standard. The government has launched proposals to financially support companies generating electricity from burning wood pellets, including Britain's biggest. Government unveils subsidy proposals to support firms burning wood for energy. The Independent. United Kingdom, Portsmouth. Portsmouth firefighters battle north end chimney fire. The News Portsmouth. Wood burning stoves. This reduces the risk of carbon monoxide poisoning. Asia. An invisible killer hangs in the air of Asia's cities. East Mojo PM 2.5 levels from 2005 to 2018. For cities in Southeast Asia, population increase played a much larger role in the increase than change in PM 2.5. Cambodia. Ministry of Environment advises authorities and citizens to implement 4 points to ensure Khmer times. According to a press release issued by the Ministry of Environment on January 18, 2024, the air quality situation in Cambodia has improved, with PM 2.5. India. Buddy remains most polluted for second consecutive day. Tribune. India particulate matter, PM 2.5, was identified as the prominent pollutant as per the daily bullet released by the Central Pollution Control Board. India. Alphabetically by article title. India tops global indoor air pollution chart with highest average annual PM 2.5 levels in TV profit. Particulate matter 2.5, which is a mixture of solid and liquid particles. Is PM 2.5 levels are fine particles that have a diameter less than 2.5. India tops global indoor air pollution chart with highest average annual PM 2.5 levels. Study The Economic Times. India. India tops global indoor air pollution chart with highest average annual PM 2.5 levels. Study News 9 Live. Indonesia. Jakarta to add 9 air quality monitoring stations. Enthara News. Compared to 2022, PM 2.5 concentrations in 2023 was higher, especially in the dry season, influenced by the El Niño phenomenon, which caused low. Thailand. Is Thailand's Clean Air Act enough to end pollution? DW. January 18, 2024. This results in so-called PM 2.5 dust that contains a high concentration of fine particulate matter, the most dangerous form of haze pollution. Thailand, Pattaya. PM orders Air Force action against pollution crisis. Pattaya Mail 2.5, particulate matter less than 2.5 micrometers in diameter, in Samut Songkhram and Samut Sakhon. In an urgent response to the escalating air